Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, C4 Zombie Slayer, and as you can see, I've been doing a little bit of developing. So yeah, right now what I'm going through is I'm basically just going and adding the functionality to a lot of the swords. I'm gonna work on animating a lot of the custom weapons later on as well. But for now, I'm just trying to implement the ones that I already have kind of already existing, and they're just using base sword stuff. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on right now. But yeah, let's get into it. So yeah, let me double check, make sure that looks about right. Looks about right. Let me go ahead and apply it, and I'll apply it for this one as well. And for the katana, I'm gonna apply a custom, I think it's giant, but yeah, I'm gonna apply a different custom version for the katana, so for now I'll just leave it like that. And for this sword, maybe I'll use the default. Let's see, I do want it to be a little bit different though, because it is like a more special sword. So let me go to the tier 1 and then I'm gonna check out what I can do here. Let's go ahead and maybe rotate it a little bit on the back. So maybe it's just like a... Whoops. Set that to 45. Maybe... Yeah, like this. And then bring it back over here. And then bring it up a little bit. Let me see how it looks on the tier 3. Looks alright, it looks alright. Maybe I would bring it a little bit out a little bit more, and then maybe up one. Let me see how that looks on tier 1. It is pretty high on the tier 1, so maybe I'll bring it down on the tier 1, and then I'll just apply that. And then for the tier 2, and then I'll bring it down as well. And then for the tier 3, I'll bring it up. Wait, maybe I messed something up. Let me try this, and then bring it down one, apply, and apply. There we go. Hello, how's it going? How's it going? Yeah, so just real quick, I'm just going through adding the swords to the game right now. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on. That's kind of what's going on. So yeah, for the Astrolite, maybe I'll just position it a little bit to the side a little bit more, and then rotate it a little bit more on this axis. So maybe instead of 40, I'll do like 30. There we go. Or I'm actually, maybe even like 20. Let me try that, yeah. And then maybe position it back just like that. And then let me try, yeah, so let's go ahead and update all those. So update, update, and update. Perfect. Now we're on the adamantite sword. So for the adamantite, maybe let's try default. Yeah, why not? Update item. Update item. Now, I think that's everything. I think that's everything. For the dagger, and let me import the... Yeah, I think those are default. And then for the dagger, I haven't done anything yet, so looks about right. Let me try testing now. So now that I've applied all the test changes, we can see if it looks alright. If it looks alright. And hopefully it looks good. We'll see, we'll see. Alright, we're in the test. And so you can kind of see, I was doing a little bit of testing as well, so I've got a couple different weapons and everything. So this is the great sword, by the way. This is the animation for the attack. It's pretty slow, but it also does a lot of damage, which is why it attacks pretty slow. But yeah, that's one of the swords. Let me go ahead and craft up a bunch of the testing swords and everything. Oh, I'm gonna need a bunch more coal. Let me go ahead and collect a bunch of coal. Oh man, there we go. And let's go ahead and make a bunch of stuff. So I guess we're gonna need a lot of copper. Maybe a bit of iron, just to make some iron weapons. Yeah, I'm just gonna make a bunch of different ores, because I'm probably gonna need all of it for testing. Steel. Oh, I'm out of coal. Let me go get some more coal real quick. I should be stacked on, yeah, 2000 Dragonite. Yeah, I'm stacked right now. But yeah, let me go ahead and craft up a bunch of new items and everything. Oh, I'm out of coal again. Dang. And now let's go back. Let's go back and craft some more Orichalcum. What else? Astrolite. Because basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be testing all the swords just to make sure everything looks alright. Everything looks good. And hopefully everything looks good. We'll see. Oh man. Alright. That should be good. That should be good. Let's start testing now. I think I got all the ores. If I didn't, then well, let's see. Actually, let me search by tier 1. Or, oh, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, I can't type in the, my type. That's not good. I can't search the letter T. But let me try. Oh, that's weird. I didn't even realize. So yeah, the chat system is kinda messing up my. Let me try just one. There we go. So yeah, oh, I forgot to craft gold. I forgot to craft gold. Let me go ahead and craft a bit of gold. That should be enough. But yeah, let's go ahead and start crafting tier 1 weapons. So let's go ahead and craft just one of each. So one of this. Oh, I just crafted 7 iron swords. Whoops. Man, let me go get some more iron actually. Alright. Yeah. Let me go ahead and get more iron back. I just wasted all of it on like 7 iron swords. But yeah, let me just craft some tier 1 weapons now. Make sure I'm on 1. Okay, so tier 1 copper sword. Tier 1 iron sword. Oh, I gotta fix that too. Tier 1 steel sword. Tier 1 silver sword. Tier 1 gold sword. Tier 1 platinum sword. Tier 1 mithril sword. Tier 1 astrolite sword. Oh man. And dragonite sword. There we go. And let's just go ahead and make sure everything is looking good. So let me equip this. I could bring it up 1 for sure. Make it like up higher on the body. Yeah, so I'll have to adjust the katana for sure. Let me go ahead and search tier 1. Let's see how the adamantite sword looks. Alright. Looks about right. Looks about right. Let me try the iron swords. Nice. So yeah, you can see it equips like on the back a little bit like that. Let's see. I could move it maybe a little bit out 1 just so that the blades aren't like overlapping with the handles. But yeah, that looks alright. Let me try the platinum. This should be the, yeah, that looks good. I think that's fine. Let me try the Orichalcum and astrolite. Yeah, and they would look better with it if they had their own designated weapons combined. I think the astrolite, maybe it could be one a bit to the side more though, so I'll make sure to do that as well. Let's see. What are you gonna do next after this? I'm gonna be, what is it called? Doing the animations for the weapons, of course, like the major weapons. But after I'm done with that, it's gonna be armor. So I'm gonna be making a bunch of armor. After that, it's monsters, and then after that, I'm gonna do all the bug testing, just testing all the bugs like by myself. And then after that, it's gonna be probably a testing phase. And then after that, I'll just keep working on it, and then we'll see from there. Yeah, that's like the whole plan though. So yeah, armor, my bug testing, and then alpha test, like alpha test, pre-alpha. But yeah, that's kind of what's gonna happen. Let me go ahead and get some other weapons up. Yeah, so that's kind of what's gonna happen. But yeah, at the moment, just finishing up the swords, you know how it is. But yeah, let's see. Mithril. Yeah, this is interesting. Let me sort by rarity. Okay, Dragonite. Let me try crafting a Dragonite sword tier 2. Alright, so we got 2 Dragonite sword tier 2s. Looks about right. Perfect. That's good, that's good. Let's see, what else do we have to test? The Mithril swords, for sure, I need to test those. Let me just make sure those look alright. So yeah, so there's, I wanted them to look like they're floating a little bit further back from the body. I think it looks alright. Maybe people might get a little confused, but I think by tier 2 they'll kind of understand what's going on. Because tier 2, they have a bunch of floating parts. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, so it looks kind of like this with the tier 2 Mithril sword. And then on the tier 3, it becomes a great sword. You can only equip one. So tier 3, yeah, let's craft one. And you can kind of see... Oh, they're still equipped. Okay, so that's a problem. I'm gonna have to fix that for sure. So I think I know what's happening. It's because it's equipped when I'm crafting, and it uses the equipped item. So I'm gonna make sure so that if you have an item equipped, it won't consume it. Let me add that to bugs real quick. So equip items unable to be used in crafting. And actually, I could do that right now, probably. But yeah, I'll have to fix that. And then, let's see. But yeah, for the Mithril Greatsword, let's see how it looks. I've already seen it before, but this is kind of how the Greatsword looks. But yeah, it looks kind of weird because there's already the swords on the back. And let me real quick fix that actually, because it would be right here, I think. So basically, all I gotta do is if I come over here, it's gonna be somewhere in here. So where it gets to the recipe items, let's see. Get item craftable. It's gonna be in here. So recipe. Let's see. Get item from inventory. If not, item inventory return false. And let me go ahead and do a guard clause right here. And let's see. Equals get item from inventory. That sounds about right. If not item inventory item, then return false. Dot value amount return false. And if it passes all this, it returns true. And so basically I have to add a check that gets an unequipped version of the item. So, or what I could do is when I craft using the item, it unequips the item if it's equipped. So I could actually do that instead. And I'll probably do that actually because it does make more sense. So yeah, when I'm crafting items, when I'm doing remove item from player inventory, maybe I'll just add a check that says like if it's equipped, then go ahead and unequip it. So let's see, if invite item, then invite item destroy, else warn no item in. So inside of here, I'm also gonna add a little check. So if in item or item.get, oh, this is item, so module dot get item field, and then we're gonna check equipped, or if it's equipped, then unequip. Basically is what I'm gonna do. Module dot unequip gear. That is not part of the module yet. So what we're gonna do here is let's see, how do we unequip it actually? It's gonna be interesting. I think it'd be easier to just have it destroy it. But let's see. No, maybe you shouldn't be able to craft with items you have equipped. I don't think that does make sense though. So yeah, let me go ahead and do that. So we're gonna get items that are unequipped. And how are we gonna do that? Oh, This is a bit interesting. You know what? Well, I'll just put this in the to-do. Actually, it already is in the bugs. So I'll fix this later. For now, I just gotta keep getting through the testing phase. So I'm just gonna keep working, making sure everything looks right when I'm crafting and everything. And I'll come back to that bug later. Not really bug, but it's just like a little glitch. Let's see. So yeah, let's keep testing the items, make sure everything looks good. So yeah, let's go ahead and craft up a... I guess we gotta make some Dragonite katanas because... let's see, Dragonite... Let's make 2 of those so that we can craft up a couple of these. Let's see how the binary sword looks. Binary sword. There we go. So you can see it's black and white, just for the 1s and 0 type of thing. Let's go ahead and craft it up to tier 2, see how that looks. Let's see. There it is. Craft. Let's see how it looks as a tier 2 now. There we go. It's looking pretty good. Tier 2 binary sword. Now let's try a tier 3. And this is going to be the biggest version of the binary sword. So let's see. There we go. So this is tier 3 of the binary sword. Maybe the white glow could be a little bit less, but other than that, it looks alright. It looks alright for sure. So let me go ahead and test it on some enemies, because it should be pretty strong. Let's see. How much damage does it do? 185. So yeah, this thing should like one-shot the hogs over here. Let's see it in action. So you can see there's a bunch of hogs over here. Yeah, this thing destroyed them. Oh my gosh. And then yeah, this glitch, I already know what's happening. I'll get to that error when I'm working on mobs, which is after armor. But yeah, perfect. So the binary sword seems to be working perfectly. Let me go ahead and test the... I should have probably tested it from top down. So I already tested Dragonite. Dragonite's working and everything. Let's test... Oh, by the way, let's see. Yeah, I gotta make a blur. I gotta have the blur pop up when it's... Interesting that it's not blurring the screen. I'll have to fix that later. But yeah, for now, let's keep going. Actually, let me add that to the bugs as well. So, shop does not blur background. There we go. Let's keep working. So let's see. We've already tested tier 1 of the platinum. Actually, let's work top down. That's right. So next would be adamantite, and we already tested the tier 1. So let's go ahead and test tier 2. And we gotta get one more tier 1 so we can get a tier 2. Let's see how that looks. Looks alright when you equip it. Maybe the glow could be a little bit less because it is pretty big compared to the sword. So yeah, I'll have to maybe fix that. Actually, you know what? Maybe it looks better this way. Maybe I'll keep it like this. Yeah, that's looking alright. It just equips to your back and everything. Let's see, what else are we gonna test now? So now that we've done let's sort by rarity as well. Let's see. So we've tested adamantite, that. Now we gotta test the tier 2 astrolite. So let's make another tier 1. And let's make a tier 2. Let's see how this looks. So it looks like this in the hand, and it looks like this on the back. But we can also test the tier 3 because it's a base sword. So I think we're gonna need a little bit more astrolite. So let me go ahead and craft up a bit of astrolite real quick. There we go. Let's see how it looks. So there it is, astrolite tier 3. There we go, we crafted up 2 of them. And let's see how it looks in the game. Looks about right. But yeah, of course, I could make them, maybe move them a little bit closer, which is what I'll probably do. And let me add that to the to-do as well. So let's see. Astrolite, move closer to middle. Dragonite, move up. There we go. So that's looking good. That's looking pretty good. Let's see what's next on the testing. So next would be probably Ore Callum, that's right. So we've already got one tier 1, which we already test. Let's test the tier 2. Let's make 2 of these. So now we got 2 tier 2s. Let's see how this looks. Looks about right. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. So let's test tier 3 now. Actually, let's real quick unequip it. And tier 3. Let's see how that looks. Nice. Looking good. Looking good. So this is the tier 3 of the Ore Callum sword. Perfect. That's looking alright. Let's see what we can do here. So we got Ore Callum. Now we gotta do we've already done the Mithril. So we're on Platinum now. And we've already tested the tier 1, so we can just do the tier 2 of course. Let's just search up Plat. There we go, craft up 2 of these real quick. Nice. Perfect, looking good, looking good. Alright, so we got that done. Let's see, what else do we want to do here? So let's sort by rarity again. So we tested Platinum now. Yeah, I guess we're on Gold now. Let's see, so let's craft up 2 Gold tier 1s. Equip them real quick. Looks right to me. Perfect. Let's go ahead and unequip them. Let's make the, actually tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. But, let's see. Do I have enough gold? Let's see how much gold ingots I have. Okay, I got 3k. I got 3k gold ingots. I think I have enough. Let's see. It isn't popping up though. Or am I missing it? Maybe I'm missing it. Gold ingot. I could have sworn I had a bunch. Or was that ore? Gold. Oh, I have a bunch of gold ore, but I don't have any ingots. Let me go get some coal. Let me go ahead and get a little bit of coal right here, and then we're gonna go ahead and craft up a bunch of gold. That should be enough. Alright. Here we go. So we got the tier 1s. Now let's just make a couple tier 2s. Let's make 1. There we go. Tier 2. Looking good. Perfect. And now let's make the tier 3. So tier 3. Great. Looking good. Perfect. So we got the gold source to work and everything. So now that we got that done, let's see. What are we on next? We're probably on iron. Okay, we're on iron now. Let's go ahead and make 2 iron swords. We have the tier 1s already. Let's do the tier 2s now. So let's craft up 2 tier 2s. Yep, it looks good on the back. And it looks good when you attack. Nice. Let's do the tier 3 now. Let's make sure it's working. Yep, looking good on that. And yeah, you can't even really tell what was the difference. I forget. Alright, but it's working though. It's working, and that's what matters. In copper, I'm pretty sure. Oh, the rarity is different, so I gotta make sure to fix the rarity on that. Actually, I think I gotta fix the rarity on. Let me double check. Rarity. Yeah, I gotta fix the rarity on the copper sword. I might have accidentally made it uncommon. And steel. We gotta fix steel. We gotta test steel as well. Steel, and we've already tested silver, so we're good on that. Yeah, let's go ahead and test silver or steel. Let's make one more steel sword as well if we can. So tier 1 and tier 2. Looking good. So yeah, we can see it's working. Everything is working. Yeah, so all we're gonna need to do is fix up the copper sword rarity for tier 3. But yeah, it does seem to be working though. Copper sword tier 3. Nice. So that means all the weapons are working. I just need to implement the animations for the last few ones. I think that's good. That should be it. And then we're good to work on armor after that. Okay, nice. So let's go ahead and start, or let's real quick do the fixes that I was talking about earlier, and then we'll get to animating. So first fix is gonna be with the copper sword, which I probably threw inside the, yeah, copper sword tier 3. Let's go ahead and set the, let's see, where would it be? There we go, set that to common. And then now let's go ahead and go to what was it? Astrolite. And we're gonna have to adjust the position to be closer to the center. That should be enough. And let's just go ahead and update item data, and update item data. Perfect. So we fixed that, and now we just gotta fix the Dragonite. So if we open up Dragonite, let's import item data. All we gotta do is bring it up 1. So Y up 1. And then update item data. Update item data. And the katana, we haven't really messed with that yet, so we'll just leave that for now. But yeah, that should be good. Let's see. Yeah, it's looking alright. It's looking alright for sure. So now that we got all that, let's see. Holy. Yeah, this thing is giant. So yeah, I'll have to adjust that later. But let's see. Yeah, okay, we're good to go on animations now. Before I do that though, I'm just gonna double check one more time, make sure everything's working. So we're just gonna test the new changes that we made. And hopefully everything's looking good. So let's see. We got, yep, tier 3 is now common, but we should have the uncommons already because we crafted them up. Let's see. Yeah, copper swords are still uncommon, but that's just because those are the previously crafted ones that we made. So let's go ahead and craft up 2 new ones, make sure they're common. Perfect. Looks good. Let's go ahead and test the Astrolite weapons as well. Astrolite sword. You know, I can't really tell a difference from earlier. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. Every time I press T, chat pops up. That's kind of interesting. Maybe it's not that bad though. Let me double check I made the changes for all of them. So let me go back over here. Craft up 2 of the tier 1s. Did I make the change? Or was it just super far out earlier? Either way, it works. It looks alright, yeah. I don't think it really needs too much of a difference anyways. Let's go ahead and test the... Where is it? Let's sort by rarity. Dragonite. There it is. Nope. Oh, I accidentally crafted them both up into binary swords, that's right. So I'm gonna have to recraft the Dragonites or swords real quick. Dragonite sword 2. Rarity. Rarity. There we go. And did it make a difference? I can't tell if it went up. I feel like that's how it was earlier. Did I make the change? I might have forgotten to push the change. Yeah, I think I forgot to push the change. Let me go ahead and do that again. That's interesting. Oh, I must have forgot to press the update button. That might have been it. So yeah, let me go ahead and do that. So, weapon plugin real quick. Update item. Update item. And now let's go back to the Astrolite swords. And let's go ahead and move them. I think maybe that is how it is though. That just means they were super far out earlier. Or let's see. Let's try this. Yeah, let's try this. So let's go ahead and update the data. There we go. And now we should be set. We should be set. Hopefully, we'll see. All right. And let's see how it looks. I can't really tell the difference. This one already looked good though. So we're gonna need a tier 1 of the Dragonite Sword to make sure. Dragonite Sword. We're gonna need a bit more ore, I think. There we go, we got the ore. So let's craft up a tier 1. Make sure it's looking good. I wonder, this looks exactly how it was earlier. I'm wondering... That is so interesting. Let me check the Astralight, because there should be a big difference with how it's equipped. No, there isn't. So it's not getting adjusted. That's interesting. That means my plugin's not doing what it's supposed to do. That's not a good thing. Uh-oh. So let me go ahead and open up the weapon values real quick. And so right now the position is 1.15, something like that. 1.15 on the equipped position, right? 1.4, so yeah, it's not getting adjusted. That's interesting, that's so interesting. Let me try pressing update. Let me check this. So it's not overriding, that's not good. The plugin should override, I'm not sure why it's not. What we can do though, I wonder if I can just go ahead and delete all of these and hopefully update item data. Oh, it's not working. Alright, so I'm gonna have to probably manually just do it. That's no biggie, no biggie. I'll just have to real quick set that to like, what was it, 1.15 or 1.2. I'll just do 1.2 for now. But yeah, that is something I'll have to fix on my plugin later. I thought I had it set to override, but I guess not. That's no worries though. So let's go ahead and set all these to 1.2. Oh, it did override the... Or did it? No, it didn't. I don't think it did override the rarity because I did that manually. Okay. But yeah, that's alright. So let's go ahead and set that to 1.2. 1.2. Perfect. And then for the Dragonite swords, that's right. We have to bring these up a little bit, so position. So I think it'd be like 1.05, something like that. And let me see how that looks actually. Yeah, looks good to me. Looks good to me. So actually, what I could do actually, I could probably copy these. Position, and go to the Dragonite tier 2. And delete those, and then paste them back in. Let me see how that looks. Yeah. Now let me try testing one more time. This should have fixed it. Hopefully it fixed. We'll see, we'll see. Okay, let's see. Just go ahead and equip these. Oh, what the? So it isn't equipping anymore. That's interesting. No glitches either. Is that a loading glitch? Let me test the Dragonite weapon real quick. Oh, they're not equipping at all. Okay, let me try the... Tier 2 isn't equipping it. Let me try just a default sword. Okay, so these are equipping, so I must have messed something up on accident. Let's see. Let me try crafting a base one. Let's need a little bit of Dragonite real quick. Because it might be that the swords that I currently have are like corrupted or something like that. So let's craft a new one and see if this says fixed values. No, okay, so I'm gonna have to go back in the settings and make sure I didn't accidentally mess something up real quick. Okay, so if we go to values, let's see. Position left, right. Oh man, let me undo the changes and then redo. Whoops. What's going on? Let's see. This is interesting. So I'm wondering why things can be glitched out right now. So with the Dragonite, can we go ahead and collapse everything? And then go back to Dragonite. What did I do? So right here, should just have adjusted these. So I'm wondering if something... I believe this should have a weld to everything. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Why did that remove the weld? So let me try applying my... Okay, so for some reason all my welds got removed, but let me try and delete those and then repaste them in. Okay, welds are staying this time. Something must have happened for the welds to get destroyed, but I think that's probably what was happening, why the weapons were hidden. Yeah, okay. I could also manually do it too, so let me go ahead and manually do it. So it would be a... Actually, I think I use glues. Let's see, I'm gonna use a glue, yeah. Does my plugin do welds or glue? They do, okay, motor 60s. I should probably change that. So I'm gonna add that to the fix later as well. So, motor 6D to glue. Because I think motor 60 are a bit different. So yeah, I'll have to adjust that. But yeah, for now this works. This is just for testing anyways. And let's see. That's right, we were gonna adjust the... Actually, let me double check to make sure that's working. So now if I equip a Dragonite sword... Okay, there we go, now it's working. And it's also positioned higher. That's good, that's good. And let's try the tier 2s. I think it should be a little bit higher, which maybe I forgot to update the value. But actually for the tier 2, I don't think it really matters that much, so we should be good. We should be fine. But we are gonna have to adjust the Astrolite real quick. Nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, sir. But yeah, let's see. So yeah, it must have been a weld. Yeah, okay, let me go ahead and glue these real quick. So I'm gonna glue those. Go into tier 2. Glue those. Tier 3, and let's go ahead and glue these as well. Oh, let's do glue. And now let's test the Astrolite weapons. They should be fixed now. And then after this, we're gonna do a bit of animation. We're gonna generate the different animations that we are gonna need. But Astrolite, hopefully it works. Oh no, it's still not equipping to the back. I'm wondering why it's happening now. So, is it because I'm using glue? Or, let me check the replicated storage. So that'll be in weapons and Astrolite. Yeah, so they got rid of the glues. That's so interesting. I wonder why I did that. So the glues are right here on the Astrolite. Maybe let me double check on tier 1. Oh, did it? I think I might have missed the tier 1. Whoops. Oh, wait, why did it get removed? That's interesting. Okay, let me try it now. That's interesting, because those glues were there originally, I think. Maybe I did something weird on accident. Okay, let's see it. Let's see it now, though. Alright, and yes, perfect. You can see it's equipped, and it's a little bit closer to the center. I don't know if you can really tell, but it is a little bit closer. So yeah, let me go ahead and craft up to tier 2 and tier 3, make sure all the tiers are working as well. Oh, and I'm gonna need a little bit more coal. Actually, let me check the Astrolite that I have. Oh yeah, that's annoying. Yeah, I gotta have the chat not pop up when I'm typing stuff. So yeah, let me go ahead and craft up a little bit of Astrolite. That should be enough, alright. Now let's go ahead and craft a tier 2. So tier 2, tier 2. Tier 2 seems to be looking alright as well, and tier 3. Tier 3 is looking alright as well. Nice. Everything is working on the Astrolite. Let me double check on the Dragon Knight, just to make sure nothing broken like the last. Oh, whoa. Something weird happened. Okay, argument 1, vector expected nil got. So that must have been something I forgot to paste in a value probably. Good thing I tested it though. So yeah, all this stuff is working. Let me double check. Wells are still here. Perfect. Everything is still here. So all we're gonna have to do is go to the Dragon Knight. And I think it was tier 1. Let's double check. Yeah, okay, the values were removed. So I'm gonna have to re-paste them in. I feel like it went back in time. That's so interesting. Let's see. Yeah, we're just gonna copy these. At least, yeah, these are the updated, or are they 0.125? I think these are updated versions. I'm not fully sure. We'll see. Yeah, let's go ahead and paste those in. Wrong position, right here. There we go. And now let's test this. And once we're done with this, yep, animation, and then after that, we're gonna add the abilities to the weapons. Oh, why do I have a adamantite equipped? That is, did I accidentally equip adamantite, or? That is so strange. I'll have to check on the stream later back. But yeah, Dragon Knight seems to be working. And then Dragon Knight tier 2. Oh no, what? Dragon Knight tier 2 isn't working anymore. That's so interesting. Okay, what happened here? Oh man. Is it when I copy things? Let me see. So when I control C and I control V. That is so strange. Did it remove the welds? It did. I swear I added the welds earlier. That is so strange. That is so strange. Welds keep getting disabled. That's odd. Yeah. But no worries. And I think these could be 1.5. There we go. Control C, make sure the welds, yeah, the welds are still there. Let's come back over here, delete these. The welds are still there. Paste them in. Welds are still there. Now let's see. Alright. Tier 1, it's working. Tier 2, it's working. Nice. That is what I was going for too. Nice. Everything seems to be working. Alright, there we go. Let's see. So I think we are set. Let me double check animation type. Yep. Okay, we're set to start making custom animations. Let's do that. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and open up the item area. Where is it? Open, there it is. Ooh. Whoops. There we go. Let's see, so now I pull this up. And now we can start animating on the... Which weapon are we going to animate actually? So the animate weapons that we need to add is going to be... Let me add it to a to-do. So we need katana, dagger, rapier, and let's see what else. We already got great sword. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, perfect. So that's all. Those are the 3 animations that we need. So let's go ahead and work on katana first. Actually, let's leave katana for last. Let's do rapier first. So I'm gonna just for visuals, I'm gonna add the rapier over here. So let's go ahead and delete that from his hand. Let's see. Where's the handle actually on this thing? Okay, so if the handle's right there, and I guess I could adjust where it's equipped later in the games, because I do want it to be maybe, let's see, maybe bring it out over here like that. Does that look alright? Let's see. Oh, the handle is over there, so it would have to be right here. And is that clipping? It's clipping a little bit, but you can't really tell that much. Okay, that's alright. Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, they should be fine. They should be fine. Let's go ahead and set the handle to Conspiracy 1. And let's go ahead and weld or glue everything together as well. Now we've got the glue done. Let's see. We're just gonna have to glue the... like that. Please select multiple base parts. Oh, we gotta select the right arm to the handle. And let's go ahead and select him for animation. Oh. Oh, it's because the... I forgot to... Let's see. Something's probably anchored. Yeah, there we go. And now if we click this and then we... Yep, there we go. Now he's ready to be animated. Yeah, so this is like the great sword animation. You can see with this, maybe it's not like... Yeah, so like with the rapier, that's not the way you're supposed to swing, so I'm gonna have to fix that. So let's go ahead and create new. This is gonna be the idle. So idle, rapier, right. And the animation, because rapier is gonna be super fast to attack with, so it's gonna be like maybe 0.5, 0.6. But this is also the idle animation, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, let's go ahead and start adjusting things. I guess, how do you hold a rapier? I don't even know. I guess I can kind of like freestyle it, I guess. Maybe a little bit like this. And then since it's a two-handed weapon, as in you can't hold two weapons while you're holding it, I could do something else with the other arm. So it's kind of like his arm is like on his back, kind of how those people do it. That looks alright. I think that's alright. Let's see, anything I need to adjust? Maybe that looks good though, actually. Yeah, I'll keep it like this. Then, about like halfway up through, like maybe his arms go back down a little bit. And then at the end, they're gonna loop back to the end, so it's gonna be like this. And let's go ahead and set it to looping and set the priority to action. But yeah, maybe they go down a little bit less. Even less probably. Ah, now you can't notice it. Okay, so just like that. And then maybe like around here, it's kind of like rotates it in a little bit. Over here, rotates it out a little bit. Maybe that's a little bit too much right here. Whoops. So let's go back here. Make sure it's a little bit. Looks a bit odd. Let me go ahead and delete this one. Oh, it's because this one doesn't have the rotations. So I'm gonna have to delete this. It looks like a rapier. Yes, yes. So this is actually a rapier weapon. So if I come over here, you'll be able to see actually. Where is it? Yeah, so it starts as a sword and it evolves into a rapier. So basically how my weapons work is they start as a sword, and at tier 3, that's when it becomes like a different type of weapon. So everything starts as a sword, and then like maybe it evolves into like a bow, a rapier, a great sword. So you can see like sword, then it turns into a great sword at its final stage, and that's where it's like its strongest basically. So that's kind of what's happening here. But yeah, I do want it to rotate just a little bit over here, so maybe just like a little bit, and then over here maybe it rotates back a little. Maybe that looks a little bit too much. Let me try throwing this over here. Looks alright. Yeah, you probably won't be able to notice that anyways. Okay. File. Let's go ahead and export it real quick. And we're gonna have to start copying the IDs. So save, copy, and now we're gonna start pasting in our animations. So let's see. Rapier, idle, right. Okay, I got the ID. Now we can start working on combat. So let's go ahead and copy the first frame. We're gonna make a new animation, create new. And for this, let's set it to like 0.5 length. Oh, 0.5. It's not letting me go below. I guess maybe 1 is like the limit. I don't know. Either way, it probably adjusts like once you set frames. But yeah, let's see. So this is gonna be rapier, attack 1, right. And let's go ahead and set the priority to action 2. So now we're just gonna have to make the animation for the attack. So with these sort of attacks, I guess it's more of like a stabs, and that's gonna be what this weapon is good for. So maybe he brings it back a little bit, rotates it out, and kind of like brings his arm over, rotates it a little bit, so he's kind of getting ready to attack. And then next frame, he's gonna push out. How does that look? Maybe even more, I don't know. Yeah, the thing is I don't want to give this weapon too much range, so I don't want to like make his arm go super crazy far out. So let's see. Boom, and then I guess this would be where the part where he moves his arm back a little bit. And this is gonna be a super fast attack as well, so you won't be able to like even see it like super easily. And then let's go ahead and move. I do want it to be maybe like 0.4. And I want it to be a fast run, so it's like that. And then this one can be like right here. So yeah, this is gonna be like one of the fastest attacks in the game, probably. Okay, that's good. I think that's good enough for the first attack. So now we got it. We gotta publish it, create, and let's copy the ID. And let's set it to rapier, attack 1, right. There we go. And now we can work on tier 2 animation, or attack 2 animation. So let's go ahead and copy the last frame, which I need the left arm as well, which would actually be this one. So I'm going to paste that over, and I'm going to copy this frame, create new animation. Do you want to save this? Yeah. And let's make a new one, rapier, attack 2, right. And now we're gonna paste in the first frame, and let's start working. So let's see. So we want it to be 0.4 seconds again. So the first attack ends right here. So he's probably gonna bring it back and swing it again. That's kind of what's gonna happen for the combo, kind of. So yeah, he's gonna just basically maybe keep that over there. And then he's gonna bring it back. Maybe bring his arm over. And he'll just like have a little bit of a thing like that. And then he'll basically swing it back out. And actually for this one, he's gonna maybe rotate it back in. see how this would look actually. Yeah, there we go. And let's put this over here, put this over here. And let's go ahead and adjust it a little bit, because I think yeah, that's looking good. So let's go ahead and set the priority to action 2, and let's go ahead and publish it. Copy the ID, and let's do attack 2, right? Okay, and now we can copy the final frame again, and then we're gonna work on the final animation. Create new. Let's see. Let's call it your attack 3, right? There we go. And now we're just gonna paste the first frame. And let's see. We're gonna have to, for the final attack, there's like swing, swing, and then kind of curves from the outside. That seems kind of fun. So it's gonna be like a super quick attack where he's just like brings his arm kind of like out a little bit and rotates it out like this. Again, same thing with his arm over here. It's like that. And then let's see. Yeah, so he's gonna kind of rotate his arm out and then curve it over, curve it back to where it originally started. Oh, actually, let's go ahead and do that. So let's see, so he curves it back, and then he's gonna bring it all the way back to over here, like this, and then let's see, he's gonna bring it, let's put it like this. Let's bring this over here. And I guess we gotta rotate this back a little bit, like this. I don't want to rotate it out too much though, for sure, because it is still rapier, and I think his arm shouldn't be like going forwards at all. But maybe just for like the charge up, he could like kind of swing it out, and then over here he would rotate back, but it would just like, because his arm is still swinging, it's gonna come out like this. Like that. Yeah, like that. There we go. And then for his other arm, it's gonna be like over here. And this is where he starts to push his attack. And boom. This is gonna be his best attack probably. That looks centered. Maybe I'll give it the most range as well, kind of like that. And then his other arm is gonna come back over here. And it's gonna be like blasting backwards, basically. And he's gonna hold it for a little bit. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, the arm needs a little bit of adjustment, probably. I think what I gotta do here is rotate it out a little bit. And that should probably fix how it looks a little bit. Yeah, looking good, looking good. I don't actually know if this is the furthest attack though. But you know what, maybe I'll just give it a little bit more damage, and that should be fine. So yeah, now that we got that, let's go ahead and make sure this is 0.4. Okay, so yeah, I'm assuming it's gonna auto adjust to 0.4. Let's go ahead and set the priority to action 2. Let's go ahead and publish. Okay, perfect. All we gotta do is copy this ID and set it to rapier attack 3 right, paste. And now we've got the right side attacks. Now we're just gonna do the left side attacks, which is super easy because all we've got to do is I guess we don't even need this. Oh, whoops. Yeah, we just gotta go here, and we have the animation flipper plugin, and we can use this, and we can just flip all these animations. And with the flipped animations instead of right, we're just gonna rename them to left. Oh, and it actually keeps the priority as well. That's nice. There we go, and now we just go back into this, and then we're gonna go ahead and import them. Let's go ahead and make a new folder actually and call it Great Sword, just so that I can tell which ones are which. So Great Sword, Great Sword, Great Sword, Great Sword. Let's go ahead and copy these into here. There we go, and we're gonna go ahead and start loading in the left side animation. So left, and it looks a little bit weird, but that's because the sword is inside his right hand and not his left hand, so it should be better in the actual game. So now that we got this, we're gonna have to publish, and all we gotta do is copy the IDs. So no more animation. Once you've gotten one side done, the animation should be the same. So rapier attack or idle left, paste in the animation. Let's load up attack 1 left. Let's go ahead and publish it. Let's go ahead and copy this. Your attack 1 left. And let's go ahead and load attack 2 left. Copy the ID. There we go. And now we just gotta do attack 3 right, and then let's go ahead and publish this. Or left. Okay, and now we got all the IDs, we got all the animations. We're set. We're set with the rapier, so we're done with rapier basically. And let me go ahead and actually I can. So this is kind of what's going on. This is where I'm pasting my numbers and everything. And you can see I already got the great sword. So I'm actually gonna make a new one, and I'm gonna paste over my animations just so that I can kind of clear out my to-do page. And then maybe I'll add like a separator right here. It's like. Now we can go back up here, and then maybe like great sword. There we go. And now we are on. Let's see. Whoops. We are on the animations for dagger. So we're gonna do dagger now. So let's go ahead and copy the dagger over. And the best thing is, now that we've made the animation, we can use it for any custom weapons for that type that we ever want to do ever again later on, which is good, which is a very good thing. It's not letting me. Oh, it's probably because I'm still in the animation tool. There we go. Copy this. We're gonna go ahead and paste it over here. So let's go ahead and delete the platinum sword, and we're gonna rotate this, put it in position. Okay, looks about right. Nice. Now, yeah, I guess we gotta just do the the simple stuff where we basically just weld everything. And then we're gonna glue the hand to the handle. And let's unanchor everything as well. And we should be set. So let's go ahead and pull out the animation tool. Yeah, perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and create new. And let's see. Silver or dagger, just dagger. Dagger, idle right. And how should the dagger look when it's, because the dagger is gonna be a one-armed weapon, so it's not gonna adjust the left arm. But I do want to make sure it looks good, so let's see. How do you even hold the dagger? I don't even know. Maybe like you hold it down a little bit lower. Maybe just adjust it a little bit like this. Maybe like hold it to the side, kind of like a menacing dude. I don't know. Does that look good though? It looks alright, yeah. Yeah, it looks a bit interesting, but I mean, it'll work. It'll do the job. So yeah, let's go ahead and come over here. And on this frame, we're gonna basically just bring everything down a little bit. And then maybe out as well. Whoa. There we go. Let's see how that looks. That's a bit too much, yeah. So maybe a little bit less of that. And since it's an idle, let's go ahead and set those and the animation priority to just action. It looks a little bit odd. Yeah, I think let me go ahead and delete that and maybe just try down a little. Let me try just rotation and down. That's way too much rotation. Whoops. So let me select, delete that, and rotate just. Oh, that's too much rotation. Just a little bit. Actually, I could probably do it like this. Like that. There we go. Maybe that's a bit too little. 0.9. Let's see how that looks. Oh, did I have the wrong frame? But let's go ahead and put that right there. Yeah, that looks good. And then let's bring him down a little, and let's actually set the time to 2. Like that. And then let's bring it down just a little. Looks good. Looks good to me. Alright, let's go ahead and publish it. Idle right, save it, and we're gonna copy the ID. And now let's just go ahead and do the same thing. So dagger, idle right, paste the animation ID, close, and now we're gonna copy the final location, and then we're gonna start creating a new one. So dagger, attack 1, right. And then let's go ahead and set the priority to animation type 2. And let's paste in the first ID, or first position. Okay, and now we can start animating. So let's see. His first swing is maybe going to be like a swing like a... I want it to be more crude, so it's going to be like more like a boom, boom, boom. Let's see, how do I want to do that? Or maybe I want it to be kind of like where he like boom, like swings. Okay, so I'm gonna try that actually. So let's see. So he's gonna, oh, whoops. Right here, he's gonna just maybe bring it just a little bit back for the charge up. And then he's gonna start rotating a little bit. Maybe starts moving forward as well. And then at this point, he's gonna be fully attacking, so he's gonna be like swinging out here. He's gonna have his arm a little bit higher up as well, and it's gonna also be rotated downwards. I guess he could also probably swing his arm out just a little, but I don't want it to give too much range because it is a dagger, so I don't want him to like be swinging like super high range. So I'll just have him stop right there and bring it back in a little bit. Maybe rotate in like this. Oh. And put this over here. And since it's a dagger, it's going to be a pretty quick attack as well. Let's see, I think this one should be over here. Let's see how that looks. And yeah, maybe he'll just finish it off kind of rotating to the side. That looks good. That looks alright to me. And I think I'll finish it off around 0.5 just to make it a little bit longer than the rapier. Actually, no. I think maybe 0.4 is good. Okay, perfect. So similar to rapier except less range basically. So let's go ahead and export this. Let's copy that ID. Dagger attack 1, right. And then yeah, same thing, copy the last frame. And then create a new one. And then paste in the first frame, set the priority to 2, and rename it to Dagger Attack 2, right. Okay, so now that he started here, what sort of attack should he do next? So he swung it out. Maybe he brings it back down and then kind of swings it. So he's like swings it like that. So yeah, I'm gonna try that. So first frame, he's still like kind of trying to recover a little bit. And then next one is gonna be where he basically starts bringing it down, moves his whole arm down a little bit, moves it over there. Ooh. Next frame, he's gonna be moving back over here, swings it back, and this is like his charge up swing, kind of like that. And then next frame, I'm gonna bring it back even more, rotate it even more. This is like the finish of the charge up. There we go, that looks pretty good. And then he's gonna swing it back out, kind of similar to the rapier where he's trying to stab, except with a tiny sword, tiny dagger. That didn't look too good. Let me let's see. And then let's have him keep bringing it out, maybe. I think it might just be that the animation is too fast, so it can't really adjust it. So let's see how this looks now. Final frame, maybe. I do want it to be like, maybe, let's see. That looks good. Okay, final frame, he just brings it out a little bit more. There we go, that's good. And then let's go ahead and make sure everything's set. Okay, now we can just publish it. Publish, copy the ID, close. Dagger attack 2, right, paste in the ID. And now we can work on the final animation. So let's go ahead and create new. There we go. Again, name, dagger, attack 3, right. And then let's go ahead and set the priority. Animation priority, action 2. And let's see, oh yeah, all we gotta do, paste in the final frame. And now let's see, what should the final attack be? So he already swung from here, then he swung from here. Let's see. Swing, swing, swing. I think another swing from the bottom will be good. But like maybe a little bit higher. So yeah, he's in a first frame. Again, he's trying to recover a little bit. Next frame, he brings it back super fast. This is where he's getting ready to kind of like swing. Now he's got it back over here. Maybe even rotate it a little bit. Bring it up a little bit too. Oh, that was pretty fast, but it's alright because we can always adjust. Like this, let's see, move it down here, move this down here. Okay, and then we can do the same thing where we're kind of just like rotating and then moving in. Let me just put this over here. And yeah, final frame. He's got his arm up and he swung out. Maybe that's a little bit slow. And then yeah, final frame. I guess this would be kind of the final thing. So that was his impact frame. And everything else is just charge up. And maybe a little bit of rotation. That looks alright. Okay. Let's make sure priority is set. Okay, publish to Roblox. Let's see. I'm gonna copy the ID again. Copy. Dagger attack 3, right. And that should be the final animation for daggers. Now that we got that, we can go ahead and start flipping animations. So let's get out of here. And let's go ahead and pull all the rapier attacks into its own folder as well. So let's make another folder right here. Folder, rapier. Okay, now we're just gonna flip everything. So let's just generate the flipped animations. Flipped, 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 and flipped. There we go. And let's just rename them to left. Perfect. And now we're just gonna pull up the tool, and now we're just gonna import each of them. So let's go ahead and load up idle left. And I don't really need to check anything, I just gotta republish and copy the IDs. Copy. Dagger, idle, left, paste, close, load, attack 1 left, copy ID, dagger, attack 1 left, paste. Let's go ahead and 2 left. Copy the ID. Whoa. Dagger, attack 2 left. Attack 3 left. Okay. Dagger, attack 3 left, paste in. Okay, and that's everything. Nice. So we got all the animations for daggers. Let me go ahead and copy those, paste them into the document. So let's see. And I guess now we're on Katana. That was pretty fast. That was a good time. Let's see. load. Actually, we can probably move these over to... Let me go ahead and get out of the animation tool, and let's go ahead and throw these into a new folder called Dagger. And now we can start working on the final stage of animations, which is the katana. Okay. Let's see. So yeah, we're gonna delete the dagger and we're gonna import the katana. Okay. Let's see, how does he hold the sword? I guess he's gonna hold it like a typical samurai type of dude. There's just gonna be like bring this down over here. And I'll make sure to adjust everything to make sure everything looks good as well later on. Okay, for now I'm just gonna see if this... Okay. Yeah, that sword is pretty big, dang. Didn't even think about that. But that's alright, that's alright. So let's go ahead and select this dude. Do the same things that we did earlier, so we're just gonna weld everything together. And then we're gonna do the right arm to the handle. And let's go ahead and unanchor everything. There we go. And let's go ahead and... Oh, no, we don't want to go there. Animator. Let's make sure everything's perfect. In that case, we can start. So, create new. Alright, so I was gonna hold it. So first off, gotta do the same things. Animation priority, just action. And now we just gotta name it. So whoa. Katana idle. Great. Okay, so first frame is gonna be kinda how he holds the sword. I think, yeah, I want it to be like a very, very typical type of animation. So it's gonna be like this, where his sword is centered on his body, on his head. Okay, that looks about right. And then other arm comes in, a little bit lower at the bottom of the hilt. How's that look? Let's see. Bring it in a little closer. And Control L, I think it was that. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Let's see. Is that looking alright though from the side? Okay. Maybe I do want to bring everything a little bit out a little bit. I think, yeah, this one's just a little bit too rotated down. So we're going to bring it like this. A little bit like this as well. Yeah, his arm's not exactly touching, but it's not bad. Maybe he should rotate this out a little bit. You know, like this, and then bring those a little bit closer. Is it centered? Let's see. No, okay. Let's see how that looks. Looks good like that. Perfect. I think that's gonna be his idle stance. It could be a little bit lower though for sure, so let me go ahead and select his arms. Bring them down a little bit. Nice. Okay, that's good. I think that's about good. So now that we got that, we got first frame, set the animation length to 2. At second 1, everything comes down just a little bit, maybe rotates a little too. And at frame final, let's see how that looks. Oh, gotta set it to looping. Yeah, perfect. That's good. So let's go ahead and publish this. We're just gonna set up a new position in our document. So katana. Katana idle, right. Oh, did I already do this? I already did this. Whoops. Cancel that. Okay, now we just gotta copy the final frame. We're gonna work on attacks. So, create new. Set the priority to action 2. Katana. Attack 1. Right. Paste in the first frame. And let's see. I want it to be like a slowish charge up, slower-ish charge up, and then swing is pretty fast. So it's almost instant swing, so it's gonna be like gonna. Let's see, so he brings his arm up a little bit along with his other arm. Oh. Let's see. Brings his sword up. Above his head. Maybe I'll bring this because it looks a little bit unsmooth. And then final frame, he's gonna finally bring it just at the tip. And let's also adjust everything to make it a little bit faster. And then for his swing, brings his sword over, kind of adjusts it back a little bit. And, whoa, what did I just do? I think I might have accidentally made a duplicate. Let me go ahead and delete that. And then, so let's see. And then he swings it down, so it's going to be basically instant, so it's just going to be... Brings it down to about knee length. And then his other arm rotates with it. I guess I'm gonna have to bring everything out a little bit so I can adjust the other arm too. That looks a little bit odd. Let me go ahead and rotate it up a little bit and bring it down. And I think maybe it did get off-aligned a little bit. Let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, that looks alright. I do want it to just rotate a little bit at the end. And then for the charge up, I want it to be a little bit faster as well. So I'll probably bring those like that. That's a little bit too fast. Maybe I can... Yeah, that looks good. Okay, perfect. So it's gonna be 0.466666, something like that. Because it's a third. I don't know why it's in thirds. Alright, but yeah. Go ahead and publish this. Attack 1 right, finished. Go ahead and copy this. Tana, attack 1 right, paste in the ID, close. And let's go ahead and copy the last frame. Create new. Set the priority to action 2. Tana, attack 2 right, enter, paste in the first frame. And now let's see, what do we want to do here? So we wanna let's see. Let's see. What sort of attack? So he's gonna bring it back up and then swing it back to the side. So, you know what, honestly, just because... Let's go ahead and say this, because it's gonna be very similar. I can probably copy these... Yeah, let's go ahead and copy all these frames, because we're just gonna use the same frames. And he's gonna swing a little bit differently though. So let's go ahead and reload the attack 2, and we can just paste them in right here. There we go. So yeah, we can just copy all those. And then for the attack 2, he's gonna wing and go to the right, curve it to the right a little bit. So let's see. It is a little bit weird because his arm isn't anchored to the left arm, but I guess it's alright. So for the curve, it's gonna be like this. It's gonna be like... kinda like that. So he's going to swing it to the side, and then he ends up rotating it back and finishing it off kind of in the same position-ish. Maybe a little bit rotated though. Not like that. Let's see how it looks. It's a bit too fast to even see, so maybe for this one, I'm gonna try rotating a little bit even more. And for the final frame, he's just gonna be rotating just a little more and adjusting it arms a little bit. Yeah, that's alright. Let's make sure priority set. Okay, and then we can publish it. Copy that, and Atana attack 2, right, paste in the ID, save it, close. And for the final one, we can again copy the first few frames. Actually, let's go ahead and do it like this. So we copy these and Control Z that. And let's go ahead and create new. We can just ignore that. Katana, attack 3, right. And now we can just paste those in. So we got the same intro, and we just gotta swing it down. So how are we gonna do that? Let's see. So final attack, let's just do like an overarching swing. So it's gonna be like a For the final swing, maybe I'll do it even faster. So it's gonna be swing, swing, and then final swing, like the fastest, like just like boom, instant, almost like boom. Let's see, boom, and it's also gonna have the most reach, something crazy like that. How does that look? Could be even faster. I wonder if I can adjust it to be faster. I guess if I kind of adjust it to be down lower, rotate it even more. Let's see. Yeah, and then, yeah, this one's just gonna be a simple. And it's gonna end right here, so let's see what we want to do for the final thing. Actually, we could probably just extend this one. Yeah, the final attack just a bit faster than the other ones. I don't even know if it's even faster. Who knows? Okay, let's make sure priority set to action 2 and publish. Katana attack 3 right. Paste in, close. Nice, we are done, and we just gotta flip it now. So all we gotta do is close this out, and we're just gonna flip, 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 and flip. And let's go ahead and set the names to left, 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 left. There we go. Now we just gotta export the animations. Like this dude, animation mode, load, idle, left, publish. Copy the ID. Idle left. Close. Let's go ahead and import. Oh, whoops, that is not what I meant. Load. Idle left, or attack left. Copy that. Attack 1 left. Paste. Close. Load. Attack 2 left. Attack 2. Paste. Close. Attack 3 left. Copy, close. That should be the final animation. Back, 3 left, paste. Nice! Let me go ahead and save this as new text document. Okay, nice, we got everything saved. Now all we gotta do, import it into the game. That should be easy. So now that we got all the animations, we could probably save this. And we're back in here, so let's see. We just gotta do the... Let me put this in the to-do. So the weapons that we gotta implement are... If I go to the to-do, the Dragonite Katana, the Silver Dagger, the Platinum Rapier, what else? The, what is it? Steel Greatsword, and is there anything else? Adamantite Greatsword, and I think that's everything. Let me double check that. It's Greatsword, katana, great sword, rapier, dagger, great sword. And we already did the whatever it's called, mithril one, so we're good. Nice. Let's go ahead and save that. And we can close this out over here. Nice, so all we gotta do is start putting in the animations. Whew. Okay, let's start with let's start top down. So great sword, adamantite. This thing is giant, holy cow. Okay, let's go ahead and set preset sword. This thing is giant. So yeah, I'm gonna probably put it horizontally actually, kinda like the iron sword. It's actually, instead of doing it manually, let's just go to iron sword, import, go to adamantite, and then great sword, I mean. And we can adjust it from here. This thing is giant though, holy cow. So yeah, position, bring it over a bit more. Maybe even one more. I think that should be good. Yeah, I can't even see the whole thing because it's so big. Yeah. And then we can start pasting in the animations for the great sword, which we have up here. So I'm gonna just start pasting in. And this is for the right side actually, so let me just clear out all the animations. Right side animation, copy that, paste in, copy in, paste in, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, and copy and paste. And that should be everything. And update item data. Let me double check everything loaded in. Nice. So now that we've got that, we gotta do what's next. We've got silver dagger. Okay. Yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and do preset sword real quick. And for the preset dagger, we're gonna set it to right side. And let's see. Import item data. Let's set the rotation. Which one is it? I think it's this one. No, yeah, it is this one though. And this one as well. And then this one, we want it to be a little less, so kind of like this. Or, yeah. And maybe set it to 100. There we go. And then position it just a little bit down. And for the Z, bring it forwards. And put it closer to the leg because it's selected to the leg. Maybe a little bit away though, just for space for armor. Looking good, looking good. Okay. Now let's go ahead and paste in the animations for the attacks. So, dagger, idle. Let's go ahead and clear out all the animations real quick. Idle right. Attack right. Attack right. Attack right. Let's do idle left. Attack left. Attack left. And attack left. There we go. Let's go ahead and update item data. Perfect. It's been fully set up. And now we're on, let's see, what's next? Platinum rapier. Okay. Where's this thing at? Let's see. There it is. And actually for the rapier, we can probably import this and just use that. Yeah, that looks like a pretty good position anyways. And that's looking good too. Great, perfect. So we can just start pasting in the animations then, because everything's already positioned for us. Okay, we're on rapier now. Idle right. Attack right. Attack right. Attack right. idle left, attack left, and attack left. Nice, and then we just gotta update data, double check everything loaded, perfect. What else is next? Steel Greatsword, alright. So for that one, what I can do actually is probably, let's see. Let me go to preset sword, go to, where is it? Greatsword, I already set up the Greatsword for Mithril, there we go. Let's see, import. So we already imported the animations actually, great. So all we gotta do is go to, which sword are we gonna do first? We already did the adamantite, so we just gotta do the steel one. Steel Greatsword, oh yeah, this thing is a bit in a weird position. So let's go ahead and bring it down a little bit, and a little bit to the left as well. And so it's not clipping through the floor, maybe rotate it just a little bit on the, so maybe I'll set it to like 20, or no, more, 40. Yeah, that might fix it a little bit, and then put it a little closer because it's not mithril, so that should be good. Okay, nice. And let's go ahead and update data. Nice. Now that we got the steel, we're on katana. That's it, and that's the final one. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually import item data from this one. And let's see how that looks already. So yeah, we're gonna maybe rotate it a little bit though. So let's go to rotation. Let's set this to maybe a 110. Oh no, so maybe 90. Yeah, okay. And then position it just a little bit down. That looks good. That looks good. Okay. I'm just gonna copy the IDs. Alright, here we go. Final run. Animation 1, animation 2, animation 3, animation 4, animation 5, animation 6, animation 7, whoops, and animation 8. That should be the final one. This is looking good. Update item data. Great, okay, I think that's everything. Let me go ahead and close the plugin real quick and let's test it. So we're just gonna test the 5 swords that we added. Oh. And hopefully it works, come on. Come on. Oof. And if it works, then that's gonna be great. That's gonna be great. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and just craft up a, let's see. Let's do a great sword first. Adamantite great sword. Okay. Nice. It's not that bad actually. It's not as big as I was expecting. And when you hold it, this thing is giant though. Yeah, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna actually no. Maybe I'll craft up all the weapons first and then I'll test them. But yeah, the Adamantite greatsword working. What else was next? So next was steel greatsword. So I don't even know. Do I have that? Let's go ahead and craft up a bit of steel. Okay, we can craft one. Equip it. Nice. It's actually not as big as I was expecting. You know, I could make it a little bit bigger. I think this is fine though, actually. Just yeah, I'll keep it like this, but I'll for sure adjust it later on probably because this is pretty small. But it looks alright. It looks alright. And then yeah, I'll have to maybe adjust the damage so that it makes up for that. Let's do the rapier, tier 3. Okay, this one I'm excited for. Hopefully it works. Because this is the first one. Okay, nice. Idle is looking good. Attack. Yeah, nice. Yeah, and I'm probably gonna remove the tilt when I'm running because it makes me attack into the ground. But yeah, when you're just like standing still. Nice, it's working. That's good, that's good. Okay, what's next? Silver dagger. Let's see. Actually, we can probably purchase them. I'm just gonna buy 2 of them because it's a one-handed. Yeah. Let's see how it looks like this. Yeah, it's equipped to the legs. You know what? Maybe I'll have to adjust the animation order. Yeah, I'll do maybe like I'll start with the first stab and then I'll go to the second stab and then I'll go to the third stab. I'll do that later though. For now, this works. It just looks a little bit odd. Yeah, it does look very odd. That's alright though. Okay. Let's go ahead and do katana now. Man, oh man. Let's see. Katana. Might need a bit of this stuff. There we go. Craft up the katana tier 3. Oh, you know what? It's because the last few frames are always going to be the charge frames. So I'm going to have to adjust the lengths of the animations for sure. Because I think it's like the last 0.2% of the animation is used as like a transitioning to the next weapon attack. So I'm going to have to adjust that for all my animations probably. But yeah, for now, he's just swinging it down. Not bad. It's not bad. It does need adjustment for sure, but I'll probably just throw that into my future to do. Because it's not super important that I get that done. But I will need to fix that for sure later on. So let me go ahead and pull that up in my future systems to do. Not future systems, maybe just a base systems. Essential for test. No, let's see. I'll throw it in bugs actually. I'll just throw it in bugs. Okay. So basically, this is my to-do list for bugs. Let's see. What do I have to do? Item, attack, or no? Yeah, item, attack, animations, final 0.8, 0.2%. Needs, or I guess it would be like 20%. Needs replacement. Needs buffer. Okay. Nice. That's that. Everything else looks alright though. It looks like a normal weapon at least. Yeah. Let's see, so I guess we're on abilities now. Abilities. So as a proof of concept, I'm just gonna do the copper weapon ability. And after that, we'll see from there. We'll see from there for sure. So let's see. Begin here. And I did set up an ability for tester sword, so I can probably copy over this. And let's see. So we're gonna go ahead and delete all of that. Because there's gonna be no animation for the copper sword, at least. So it's just gonna be a simple, like, when it starts, And actually, let's see, what is it gonna take? It's just gonna, for ability 1, it's not gonna take any mana, I don't think so. Where it says mana consumption, it's gonna be 0. And it's just gonna have a cooldown. Where's the cooldown at? 5-second cooldown. I'll set it to like 10. And let me see. So I did have a little document that I was working on. Let me go ahead and pull that up real quick. So this is my abilities. So it's just the tier 1, it's not gonna have any ability. Let me double check on tier 2. Yes, the tier 2, it gets the heal for 50 health. So instead of having a persistent, it's gonna be a init one shot. And it's gonna do callback. So the callback, instead of increasing any damage or anything, or even changing the hitbox, because we don't need to change hitbox for the... So all we're gonna do is plus health. So player dot character. Actually, we could probably do PLRF. So let me go ahead and... Do I have PLRF? No, I don't. So let me go ahead and import that real quick. So PLRF equals require, or reps dot helper modules player functions. Nice. And PLRF dot, or would it be effectf dot heal dot, it'd probably be effectf actually. Effectf effectf dot not damage, heal give model health. Yeah, player dot character amount 50%, amount 0 from model player dot character. Let me double check if that's an optional. From model isn't even used. Okay, so I'm gonna set that to optional. And then where was I? I was over here. Okay. So yeah, actually I don't actually need this last one. Okay. And I think that's really it. And then one shot. Does one shot even need a... Let's see. One shot does not require... Oh, it also doesn't have any functionality. Shoot. Oops. Yeah, I'll have to set that up. So I'll set that up later. And I don't think I need that end. So this is the... Let's see. Callback? Does this have different argument counts? So let's see. Ability type 1, yep. Item object, yep. Cooldown 10, yep. Consumption none. Outcomes none, none, none. Callback. Oh, this is the callback. So we're just gonna put started. Or actually, let's do AB or started. Yeah, let's just do started. And that's it. Nice. And for the one shot, let's set up the functionality. So all we gotta do, I think, is just let's see how I did it earlier. So with the first one, let's see. Actually, it's interesting. Are we? Yeah, so load dot then item object load. Okay, so yeah, we do. And actually, why is it loaded, not loaded? Bindable event load. Remote event. Why am I using a remote event over here? That's interesting. I must have not been thinking. It's been in an earlier version. So I will need this though. So just paste this in instead. And load.event connect function. We already got the model as well. model equals item object dot parent. And that's just gonna be the person who's holding the sword, so that's about right. That should be right. Let's see. Yeah, nice. And why is model erroring out? It's because there's no... Am I initializing model over here? Let's see. I am, yeah. But since I'm doing it over here... Load event. I'm actually not using it outside of this though, so I don't think I need this. Okay. Fires the on-server event. And what I'm wondering is, when is ability getting fired? Connect to ability, connect to, oh, it's getting connected to callback, okay. So it fires like this. Honestly, it should be set up then. What was this for? What's the difference? I think this is functionally the same. Let's try running it. So this is on Copper Sword Tier 2. Hopefully this works, and if it does, then I think I'll just set up the second attack as well, and then we should be good to go, and I'll probably end the stream right there. So let's go ahead and craft up a tier 2. We need a little bit of copper. What do I need here? Yeah, I need a bit of copper ingots, okay. I'm gonna need more. I'm gonna need a lot more than that, okay. Get a bit of ore. Make a bit of, or actually I can make a copper 2 already. Okay, nice. So I have a copper tier 2. Animation controller not valid, and this is part of ability 1. Oh, it's because I forgot to adjust the... That's alright, okay. So we don't need this, we don't need this, and we don't need this. Maybe I'll set up a plugin to generate the script. That'd be kind of useful probably. But yeah, let's go ahead, and we don't need animations either actually, so we don't need that. Actually, we don't need any of this. Yeah, we don't need really any of this functionally, that's nice. All we need is this and that, and there we go. Yeah, we're recording so much, but I don't think we need like most of this. Let's see. I don't need that. Those are the only stuff I need. Okay, nice. So we've just cleared out a little bit of stuff. Hopefully it works now. Let's see. Oh, still a little bit of errors. Let's see what's going on. Init one shot. Bindable event load. Events load. Is load not a part of the object? Ooh. Okay, that's not good. Let's see. I think it's right here though. You know, it must be an error with the loading of the script. So I'm wondering if... Am I doing it differently on here? Let's see if I'm doing it differently here. So item object.events.load. Let's see in the one shot. Item object.events.load. Not a valid member of open modules. And I'm passing an item object, I believe. Yeah, I am. Script dot parent, which is this. Dot parent, which would be this. Okay. It must be a timing thing, so let me try putting a wait 1. Because if it works now, then it's probably a timing thing. I'm pretty sure it's a timing thing. We'll see though. Yeah, it's a timing thing probably. Oh yeah. No, it's not. Okay, it's not. Wow. That's interesting. Let me see how it looks in the environment. So, C4 Officer events values. Animations, events, load. Load is right here. Okay. Events is not a valid member of folder service script service. Why is it looking helper modules? What line is this? Item about object events. Maybe this. You know, it's interesting that I'm doing it like this because it must be this. Oh, this is the mess up. Yeah, I don't know why I was doing that in the first place. Yeah, because I'm setting the value of the item object, which I already have in the args. Yeah, I should have probably read that. Whoops. No worries though, because all I gotta do is delete that and you should fix it. Nice. Come on, hopefully this works. And if this works, then we're chilling. We're chilling. Probably. Okay, no errors, no errors. That's 4. I can't really tell if it's working because I'm not full health. Maybe I should have it use a little bit of mana though. How I can tell if it's working. So yeah, what I'm gonna do, actually, for now, let's just do it like this. But let's spawn a monster, take a bit of damage. Ability does not seem to be working. Am I equipping tier 2? Okay, I have the tier 2 equipped. Press 4. Doesn't seem to be working. Let's see, what am I doing here? Ooh. Okay, so give effect, and let me go ahead and print as well. Print using ability, and we don't need the print anymore, or the wait anymore. And let's also make sure that it's loading, so print loading. And if everything works, then we should get all those prints. Alright, so loading ability, let's see, it did, okay, printed the loading, that's good, that's very good. Now let's try using the ability. It did use ability, so that means it is running the ability actually, because it's printing this, so it's printing the callback, but it's not giving the player health, so I'm wondering if this is using... It should work. Let me add another print here and just say like print giving. Oh, I can spam it too, so it doesn't have a cooldown. That's bad. But Let's see. Let's see if it's actually healing then, because it should heal. A little bit at least. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's healing. It's working. So yeah, when I use the ability, it heals me. And it should heal exactly 50, so yeah, nice. It does need the cooldown, of course, because, yeah. And actually, while we're here, let's go ahead and test some of the swords. Yeah. Yeah, the animation needs a little bit of work for sure, but yeah. Alright. Nice. That means that the ability is working. Let me go ahead and go back to my to-do. And basically what I'm gonna say is all this is done. And this I believe is done. So that means I've done converted to weapons, so I can probably put a second X on all these. Triple X. Nice. And actually let's go ahead and do 3, 4, 5. And then let's see. What do I want to do next? I guess we've already done these, so we can just move all this. Switch this on. Let's see. But yeah, that's good. That's good. What else do we need to do? That's right, the ability system. So basically, abilities will take, or abilities cool down. And then let's do implement one shot. And let's actually put this after cooldown. Let's see, and then what else? Implement, what's the other one, that other type of ability that I had? We had multi-shot, there we go. Implement multi-shot ability consumption, which would also go above this. See how this looks. And when we're using it, it's over here, it's in the thread stuff, so that's a simple fix. Okay. Everything's lagging a little bit, that's so interesting. But yeah, we got everything. Nice. Good. That's all good. That's all good. So I'll probably do this later though. But yeah, that's good stuff. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Let's see. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. And I guess that's it, yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's see. Whoops. Yeah, alright. Okay.